my subscribers. Hope you guys are doing well, keeping safe. A happy Sunday afternoon to each and every one of you. Today I'm going to be sharing a recipe with you guys for raisin rice and salmon pockets full with a lot of vegetables. So today is a beautiful day. I hope you guys have a plan. I hope you guys are doing something. Please guys, if you have the opportunity, go outside and get some of that beautiful sunshine. Don't let it go to waste. So if you come on down, we're going to show you guys the ingredients and the step-by-step how to make raisin rice and salmon in a beautiful package of vegetable. So guys, for the raisin rice, I'm using basmati rice. And in here, I wash it very clean, about 3 to 4 times to get out all the starchy white water. And I'm soaking it in hot water right now. And I'm soaking it for 2 to 3 hours. So far, I'm like an hour and a half in the soaking. And I'm gonna leave this, and then while I'm preparing the other things, this will be ready. So I have here some clove, and I have 2 star anise, and I have some cumin or geera, and it's not the roasted one I'm using, but these are, because they're whole, I'm gonna put them in my coffee grinder, and I'm gonna blend them up to make a powder, because I want to put the powder into the raisin rice. I don't want to put the whole spices. We want the powder to go into every part of the dish. So I'm going to blend this up, and then I will come back and show you guys. I'm going to add some ground cumin, not the roasted, the raw ground cumin. Guys, while I was grinding, I forgot the main thing. I had to add cardamom in there. And I have here the 3 and 3, 6, 7. I'm putting in 7 whole cardamom, and I'm gonna just blend them up in my coffee grinder. Grind them up. If you have cardamom powder, or if you already have clove powder or star anise powder, you can use that, but I don't have the powder for these guys, so I'm making my own one. And guys, if you don't have one of these ingredients, you can leave it out. If you can't, or you have some kind of allergies towards any of these spices, please feel free to leave them out. You can still make this raisin rice without any of these spices. Guys, here it is. Nice and powdery, and it smells amazing. A nice licoricey kind of scent with the star anise and the cardamom and clove. You can imagine that scent. Wow, so I have about 1 tablespoon here of all 3 spices. Oops, I don't want to waste anything. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add about half a teaspoon of cumin, roasted, not roasted. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of raw ground cumin, and that's gonna be our spice today for the raisin rice. So I'm gonna start with the other ingredients, and then we'll show you guys as we're building flavor. As I have 3 carrots that I'm gonna be using for this dish, and I just want to cut them up into like strips. I'm gonna cut them into fine pieces, and I'm gonna just show you guys how I'm cutting them up. Like I'm looking for size and pieces like this. So that's how I'm gonna cut these 3 carrots, and then I will come right back and show you guys as I'm working on all the ingredients. Okay guys, so while my husband is helping me to finish the rest of the carrots, I'm gonna cut up the onions that we need for this raisin rice, and I'm using half of a white onion and a whole red onion, because I like to add all the different kinds of colors and flavors as much as I can in any dish that I make. So I want this to be a very flavorful and pretty looking dish. So we're gonna add both white and purple onion. So I'm gonna cut these, and then we'll come back and show you guys the next step. Okay guys, so now it's time for us to start cooking. So I have about 2 teaspoons of oil in my pot warming up, and I didn't put it too hot because I don't want that big splattering and loud noise. So I'm gonna add the onion into the oil, and I know the oil is hot because I can hear it start sizzling. I'm gonna add my red onions because I like to cook and see different colors and add different flavors. So I like when I can add all the different colors and flavors into my dish. So I'm gonna cook this up about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna keep adding different things to the pot. So our onion is cooking up nicely. I have the stove on medium, and while that is cooking, I'm gonna show you guys the raisin that we're using. I'm using the yellow raisins, and these are nice beautiful yellow raisins. 1 cup of it. But what I want to do before I put it into the food, I'm gonna soak it a little with some water, and then we'll add it to the pot. Guys, at this point I'm gonna add my 3 carrots that I cut into small strips, and we're gonna cook this up for another 2 to 3 minutes, and this is gonna infuse all that onion flavor into the carrots, and then it's gonna soften up a little, and then we're gonna keep adding. But I want to mix up the onion nice and well into the carrots, so the carrots can cook with the beautiful onion flavor. So we're gonna let this for another 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll come back when it's nice and soft and show you guys. Okay guys, so at this point now I see the carrot is getting nice and softened, and it's very shiny and glazy from the coconut oil. I'm gonna add half of my spices that I blend up, and that's the cumin or the geera, and I have the anise and the cardamom. So I'm gonna add half of this, which is like I have 1 tablespoon, but I'm gonna add half of my 1 tablespoon now, and I'm gonna add the rest later. So I want to flavor up the carrots and the onion. And guys, this will be one of the easiest dish that you ever made, because it's not much that you have to add into here. It's just a few steps that you have to follow, and that's all it takes. So I would like to add my raisins, and I'm gonna add my beautiful yellow raisins that I have soaking in the water, just to make it nice and help it to get a little bit softer. And if there's any dust or anything inside, it will come out when you soak it. So I'm gonna add this here now, and the raisin will give this dish a nice sweetness along with the carrots, and at the same time we'll add a lot of beautiful flavor. So I want to turn it up. If you don't have the yellow raisins, guys, you can use the regular raisin that you have in your kitchen. Whatever you have, you can use it, no problem. I just want to use the yellow one today because it's gonna be different in the dish. So at this point, I'm gonna let the raisin cook for another 2 minutes, and then we'll come back. Guys, this is now ready for the rice, and I'm gonna add the rice right now. So I strain it out from the hot water that I had it soaking into, and I have 3 cups of rice, the same cup that I used for the raisins. So this 3 cups, measuring cups of rice, and I am using basmati rice. This is actually not the long grain, but I'm using basmati rice because it gives a nice. I like to use basmati when I'm making raisin rice because the grains are very easy to work with, and you usually get a beautiful turnout. So at this point here, I want to add 1 cup of hot water, and this liquid is going to help the rice to cook a little bit more, and I'm gonna put half more. Yeah, 1.5 cup of hot water, and you want to leave your you want to put the rest of your spices that you had on top like that to flavor up that rice. Beautiful seasoning spices, and this is the ground cumin. not the roasted, the ground raw cumin, and I have the star anise and some clove. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna cover this and leave it in on the stove on low, or you can put it in your oven on a 350 degree for like 10 to 15 minutes. But I'm gonna leave mine on the stove on low and cover it, and then we'll come back and check it as it goes, and I'll show you guys how it looks. So guys, for to eat the raisin rice, I'm gonna prepare a salmon with some beautiful vegetables in the oven, and that's what we're gonna use to eat our raisin rice with. And these asparagus, I had them washing in vinegar water, so they had a good bath in some vinegar water, because you want to wash it out clean to make sure that you're cooking a nice clean asparagus. So while I take these out, I'm gonna put in the peppers to take a bath, because I'm using peppers as well. So the peppers, I'm gonna put in the vinegar water, and then I'll wash them while I'm preparing the asparagus. So here for the asparagus, I'm gonna see up to where I can break very easily, and you know that that's the edible part. If it's not hard to break, or if it feel like stringy on the end, you have to break a little bit more. So I'm breaking off the hard part, and these are some beautiful asparagus my husband bought today. I don't know where he found these ones, but I just love a nice big plumped asparagus, because I like the crunchiness of asparagus. And guys, don't overcook your asparagus. I always cook mine on the stove, but today I'm gonna cook it in the oven with the salmon, because salmon doesn't take too long to cook. So it would be perfect to cook with the salmon. And I'm gonna show you guys, I'm making a pocket, and I'll add asparagus and some peppers, some onions, excuse me, and my salmon, and some black pepper, garlic, and some salt, and I'll cook that for a few minutes in the oven. And then we'll take them out, take out those pockets, and it'll be one pocket full with vegetable goodness and salmon in those. So what I want to do, because I'm cooking these in a pocket, I don't want to have the whole length, so I'm gonna cut them back into half like that, and then it will be easier for me to put in my pocket. And I'm gonna do that for all the other ones. And in my house, believe it or not, sometimes even adults don't like asparagus, but my kids actually love asparagus. Everybody in my house love asparagus, so we're gonna finish this in no time, especially when it's cooked nice and crunchy. So this is what I did with them. I cut them into halves, and then for the peppers, I'm gonna make nice pieces, and I'm using the red, orange, and yellow. I'm not gonna use the green one, because I'm already using the asparagus, which is green, so I'm gonna leave the green for something else. But I'm using these beautiful colors, so again, rainbow color in our salmon pocket. So we're gonna check this rice. So we want to make sure that it's not overcooked, but it's perfectly cooked. And the rice with those spices are smelling so amazing, so amazing. So I had all the goodies on the bottom, because I wanted the raisin and the carrot to cook properly. So now I'm gonna turn it up, and all that flavor, and look how nice and perfect the rice is. Just if you can go down with, yeah, see how nice? The steam is too much, no? So the rice is perfectly cooked, just that 1.5 cup of water, and you cover it down on low, or you can leave it in your, don't go so close. Okay. You can leave it in your oven, 350 degree for 10 minutes, and that's all it takes. And like you guys see, there wasn't a lot of ingredients that I add to this dish. It was just carrots, onions, the raisin, rice, and a few spices that I blend up. And that's all that it takes, guys. If you don't have the yellow raisin, go right ahead and use the regular dark color raisins. And I think that will look beautiful in the dish as well. But this is done here. I'm gonna take it off the stove because I don't want the rice to cook more. I like when it's nice and loosey like that. So this is done, but I'm preparing the salmon to put into my oven right now with my whole bunch of beautiful, beautiful vegetables. So how nice does that look, right, Jess?
Yeah.
I love it. So I'm gonna take this off. This is done and it takes no time. And guys, this is not a dish that I grew up with. So please feel free to explore and try different things. I went to a wedding in Guyana and I had raisin rice, and ever since then I fall in love with the flavor and the taste, and I just came up with my own idea to make this dish. So play around with your ingredients. You go somewhere and you try a new dish, come home and play around. You can always invent your own recipe, and you don't have to be stuck with one thing over and over. So I just made this by myself from something that I never grew up with, but it looks so beautiful. I'm gonna take it off and then we'll move to the next step. Okay guys, so this is the fun part that I like the most. So I have here my salmon pieces, and I'm just gonna put some salt on top, and this is like half a teaspoon of salt just to flavor up the salmon. And salmon doesn't need much to flavor it up because it's already a flavorful fish. And then I'm gonna add in here about a quarter of a teaspoon of black pepper. So just quarter of a teaspoon of black pepper, and that's all I'm gonna add onto the salmon. And then I'm gonna move over to the vegetables. So I just have here all my peppers, and I have yellow pepper, I have the orange and red, I have some red onions and regular onion. And what I'm gonna do to this, I'm gonna add about half a teaspoon of black pepper. So what we're doing now, we're building flavor on the vegetable. Half a teaspoon of black pepper just to give it that nice kick. And I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of salt, and we want to flavor them up nicely. And then on that, I'm gonna be adding 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm grating them because I want to give this vegetable a nice flavor. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grate this garlic all over the vegetable. Guys, I grated my 2 cloves of garlic, and this is gonna give the vegetable a nice, beautiful flavor because we are relying on the juices of the vegetable to help this salmon to be flavorful. So I want to just do that. And then for the asparagus, we can't forget to flavor that up. I like to put garlic on asparagus, black pepper and salt. So these are your simple ingredients. We're just gonna put it over here. Or you know what guys, I'm just gonna dump everything in here and mix them up because all the seasoning, look at this bowl of goodness. Look at that. And then all I wanna do is just flip it up like that, and the flavor is gonna get in to every part of these vegetables, and it's gonna flavor it up well. And then I'm gonna start putting them together and show you guys how simple, easy and beautiful this is. Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do, I'm taking a piece of salmon, and these I had washed and I dried them out. I'm taking a piece of salmon, and then I'm gonna put some asparagus, and I'm putting, if you notice, the bottom on the top, so it's gonna be both part of it. And then I'm gonna go in with some of the peppers, and I want to put even vegetables. So I'm gonna go in with all the different colors of peppers. I have their 2 color already, and then I'm just gonna make sure that they're all equally separated in all the different ones. And I'm gonna just put some onions, the red onion and the regular onion. And what I'm gonna do guys, this is so, how does that look? It looks so pretty, right? So this is so this is a very fun way to cook salmon. And you just fold the parchment paper over like that, and then you fold it back like this. And guys, what you want to do, you take it back and you fold the one end and you put the other end into here, and then you put your put your oven for 350 degrees. It doesn't have to be like a neat, very neat fold. You just put it in there, and then I'm gonna put them into the oven for like 10 to 15 minutes, but I'm gonna keep on wrapping these, and then I'll come back and show you guys. It's wrapped, and I'm gonna put them in the oven, 350 degrees. I'm gonna cook them for like 20 minutes, and then I'll take them out and show you guys. Guys, so that's the raisin rice, and it is beautifully cooked. I just want to show you guys how nice and loosey this is, and it is cooked with less than what, 5 ingredients. There's not a lot of ingredients in there. It's so easy to make. And if you notice, guys, I didn't add any salt into this dish because there is sweetness from carrots and the raisin. Well, if you like a little bit of salt, you can go right ahead and add it to your taste buds, but I am not adding any salt today. So this is good for those who cannot use salt in any dish. This is a perfect dish for them. It's also good for vegan or vegetarian. It's a perfect meal. You don't even need anything else with some vegetables, and that's it. But this came out so beautiful. Your family would love it. So I just want to show you guys the rice, and then I'm going to show you guys the salmon. Okay guys, the salmon are done, and about 20 minutes in the oven, 350 degrees. Look at this beautiful, beautiful pocket, and it's steaming up. It smells amazing, and this is what we are going to use to eat with the raisin rice. So I'm going to take everything off, and the salmon is perfectly cooked, and I'm just going to put everything as it is on here, and there's juice in the bottom. Look at that, guys. Look at that beauty, the asparagus, the peppers, onion, all the different color of pepper, and it's so juicy and so moist. So this is my salmon pocket with vegetable, and look at how beautiful this plate look. The taste test, and if you notice, everything is nice and juicy because all the liquid from the vegetable and the salmon is still in the parchment paper, so everything is still here. If you do a close-up, just they can see how juicy that still look. It's not dried at all. But guys, you have to try this. This is so simple, so easy. Your family will love it. There's a lot of vegetable in this dish, so your family will get a beautiful vegetable intake. I'm gonna taste the rice first of all for you guys, and I will do so now. I'm gonna taste the rice, so I'm gonna make sure I get some raisin and carrots in there. And cheers, guys. Oh my god, the rice is perfectly cooked. So nice, so flavorful with the cardamom and the star anise and the cumin, and with the carrot and the raisins, so sweet. You don't even need the salt in there. So guys, if you don't put salt in this dish, it's fine, but if you like a little bit of salt, then that's fine too. So I'm gonna try the asparagus because I will let you guys know if the vegetables were flavorful or not. I'm gonna take a piece of onion and the asparagus and the pepper, and guys, this is your bite, so hopefully it's not too hot, and I'm gonna let you guys know. So beautifully cooked, still juicy and still full of flavor. You don't have to do much with that. You can taste that nice rich garlic flavor in there. And guys, I don't even have to cut the salmon. It is perfectly cooked. It's just flaking away. So if you look at that, you know that the salmon is cooked well. It's not overcooked. So I'm gonna taste the salmon, and guys, cheers. Oh my god, so beautiful. So this is a beautiful, beautiful dish that I made today. This dish is full of vegetable. There is raisins, there is spices, there is fish. So it's a nice medley of flavor and ingredients. Hope you guys try this recipe. If you like this recipe, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to any of my video yet, please do so. And guys, you only have to subscribe to one video, and that's all you need to do. So please remember to subscribe if you haven't done so. I'm gonna be going in my backyard to enjoy some of the sun. You guys, please don't waste this beautiful sunny day. Until then, bye for now.